Artist tonight, so we're gonna have. So you ready?
Camera action.
Camera action. All right. So I'm Mike Cunningham from Country Gardens Farm, and we're going to take a look at container-grown potatoes, the end result tonight. So back in late February, early March, sometime we did a video on planting containers and planting potatoes in containers. And so they've been growing for the last several months, and so now we're going to dump them out and see what we got. Just to recap a little bit, we started these off as they were yellow fingerling potatoes, so they're real small. They're not the big potatoes, they're just little small fingerlings. And they're as they grew, we added more potting soil, so we planted the potatoes down in the bottom of this container in the beginning. And then as they grew, we added more potting soil to the container, and they stayed real healthy and lush for a while. But now it's July the 1st or 2nd today, and we are and the tops have all died back. This is the same black spot that gets on your tomatoes. So if you're growing tomatoes, don't grow potatoes and tomatoes in the same spot, and you need to rotate those, not keep them together, because they'll get the same early blight like the tomatoes will get. So don't use, you can compost this and use it, but don't use it where you're going to grow tomatoes at. So we're going to turn this over, and we're going to see what we got. I know we got some ants in here. If I have no potatoes in here, I'm going to be real surprised. Okay. So they're not big, they're just little yellow fingerlings. Here's some more. Here's some more. They're so they're growing all up and down the vine of that potato. So you see how they're, and we only planted about a dozen or so that were this size back in.
In that box you put about a dozen in there?
Yeah, about a dozen small ones in there. If they were big potatoes, we'd probably put less. We only put about a dozen in there. And so this is something, there we go, there's some more. And yeah.
A couple on the floor.
Yeah, I'm glad we're outside. I'm making a mess. With that. Here we go.
Oh wow.
There we go. There's a good bunch of them there. So we could have a. And we harvested all the ones that we planted in the field. We've already did that started doing that a couple of weeks ago and finished it up Friday. And then so we've gotten, I don't know, 5 or 6, 8 bushels, I guess, out of the field. And then we have, but if you had 3 or 4 of these containers, and you could do the big potatoes, you could do the, you know, the red potato, big like Larry had, or you could do the big Yukon Golds. They'd work the same way. So just kind of like finding Easter eggs. Yeah, there's some more in there. So anyway, that's our potato growing in container experiment to a conclusion. So, but all this stuff can be, you can reuse all the soil again, but like I said, just don't do it with potatoes, because you'll spread that same disease out again.
Larry, right?
Okay? Anybody got any questions about growing potatoes?
Do they do better in the ground though?
Well, they'll do fine in the ground, and but some people might have limited space to grow them in the ground, and you want to rotate them so that you're not growing them where your tomatoes are. So if you got limited space, it may help to grow them in a container. And it's just a little easier to dig them.
If you put that in the compost pile, the soil, would it be okay to use after a year or two? Or?
Yeah, I think it'd be okay to use, especially for other crops. You could use this for other crops, but not for tomatoes or potatoes right away.
For 3 years, or?
Yeah, you could reuse it. Huh?
For 3 years, or?
Yeah, 4 years is usually the rotation on tomatoes or potatoes, not putting them in the same spot again. Okay?
Mike, can you start potatoes now?
No, too late this
Too late
time.
in the
Yeah,
season?
yeah. Sweet potatoes you can start now if you start them today, right away. Because it takes 3 months to do them, so you'd have
3 months.
3 months till October. But
I got a few plants if anybody wants them.
okay, sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You put them in the same dirt?
I wouldn't. They're different species. The sweet potato and the Irish potato are not the same, but I don't follow one with the other. So, with that.
What's your mix
Where
there?
did you get your seed?
That's in this previous video.
Seed potatoes I bought
Where did you
from.
get the seed for them?
I bought the seed potatoes from New Sprouts. It was an organic.
New Sprouts?
New Sprouts is the name of the farm. It's in North Carolina. That's where I bought my seed potatoes at. So you really need to order them sometime this fall, and then
Should we try and do a
You
group
plant
order?
those in February?
Hmm?
Did you plant those in
I tried to. This year was kind of
February?
wet, and it was also cold in March, so a lot of my potatoes in the field didn't sprout until late March. Seemed like to me I had a shorter growing season for them this time.
Mike, I had about 30 of the red Pontiac potatoes, and I have a lot of scab on them.
Yeah.
I think I'm using the right word.
Yeah.
Cut it off and use the potato, but I just wonder